Disadvantage does not mean that you are defeated. Just because you are disabled does not mean you are automatically doomed for life. There was this little boy, he had to be 8 years old. He had his wheelchair. He was rolling across the street trying to hurry up before the light changed. His mom was running behind him. He said, just because I'm in this wheelchair don't mean I'm going to be late. What you thought this was? And I love that for him, right? I have a friend, she didn't learn how to read until high school, and now she adopted a boy and she's helping raise a teenager. Disadvantages in life, whether it's financially, mentally, or physically, it doesn't have to stop you from being great. It doesn't have to stop you from living your best life. When I was in high school, I met this boy on a dating app I wasn't supposed to be on. When I got there, I seen that he was in a bed because he was disabled. He could only move his hands and his head a little bit. I don't know what condition he had, but when I got there, he was playing video games, and his brother was bringing a cup to his mouth so he could lean over and drink. And at first, I was mad, but I was impressed because I'm like, damn, this dude, he's really making the most of his situation. So I stayed with him. He was the same age as me. And it was just sad to see, but at the same time, he wasn't sitting there feeling sorry for himself. He was making the most of his situation. And some of you are disadvantaged. Some of you are disabled, and y'all going to have to choose. Are you going to feel sorry for yourself, or are you going to persevere? There's men out here who have records. They done been to jail. Now they can't get specific jobs. Some of them say, hey, you don't want to join your empire. I will just go build my own. What type of attitude you coming with today? My son, he's autistic. About 2 weeks ago in his class, all the kids got laptops. All of them knew how to work the mouse. He didn't know how to work the mouse. He's trying to use both hands. He's pushing all the buttons. And I kept explaining to him, look, you have to use one finger or it's not going to work. We did that for almost 2 weeks. His teacher really, I felt like she kind of wanted to give up and just give him paper and let him color. And I said, no, you're going to do it. He got mad at me. But now, 2 weeks later, he can use the laptop. You know how to log on. You know how to go do the math and the English just like the rest of the kids. Just because you're disadvantaged, just because you're disabled, doesn't mean that you should just give up on even trying. Just because my son is autistic doesn't mean I'm going to let him ruin somebody else's birthday party. Doesn't mean that I'm going to let him just slide. Because people be trying to let him slide. No matter what hurdles you are facing, remember that you are worth the fight. For better days, you are worth the fight. If there's a dream you want, don't give up.
I was not mad at him because he was in a wheelchair. I was mad at the fact that he felt the need to hide that from me. I'm 3 months pregnant right now, and I don't tell none of the dudes that's trying to get at me. In a few months, they're going to be like, we having a baby? And I'm be like, no, I was pregnant when we met, but I just didn't want to tell you because I know you wouldn't talk to me.
And it's not that thing where it's like, no, I wouldn't date a guy in a wheelchair. It's not that. Because I actually have before. I remember I met this guy. He was like, I'm going to come pick you up. I said, hey, you can pick me up. He said, don't worry about all that, right? He come pick me up. He was handsome, too. I mean, like Nipsey Hussle grade handsome. Fine. Out here breaking hearts from a wheelchair. But he was controlling the car with his fingers and his arms. But do not give up. Just because you are disabled does not mean you are doomed. Just because you're disadvantaged does not mean that you are automatically defeated.